Today I'm going to be asking ChatGPT to write a to-do list application using C Sharp, and we'll start off with just a console application. I've been wanting to do this because I've seen so many videos on the internet and it just blows my mind. So nothing has been prepared. I'm going to pretend that I don't know how to program. I'm going to try to copy and paste as much as possible and 100% rely on ChatGPT. If you don't know what ChatGPT is, it's an AI system that you can pretty much just ask questions for examples, information, and what's insane about it is that it's able to give you some not only explanations, but it's able to write code. So a lot of people are starting to mess around with this and utilizing it as a tool to fix code bugs, to learn new programming languages, because it's very good at really just giving you a response within seconds. As you can see, it's not really taking long for ChatGPT to give us what we need. This is an example that they've gone ahead and provided, which is, how do I make an HTTP request in JavaScript? And here you can see it's not only outputting code, but it's actually explaining what the code means. Step one, it says using the XML HTTP request object. This is the most common way to make an HTTP request in JavaScript. The XML HTTP request object can be used to perform both GET and POST requests. And here we see an example, and we see another example, which will go ahead and use fetch. And pretty much it explains everything for you. At this point, everybody is really focused on how this might replace some developers, or how people who don't know how to code can potentially start to code using ChatGPT. But honestly, my personal perspective is this almost reminds me of like pretty much tutorials or like books, programming books that showed you how to program. This is pretty much like a book that's being written on the spot and giving you examples because you can interact with it. And so this is really mind blowing. But enough talking, let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and ask a new question, and let's start off with a to-do list. Let's just say write a console application that is meant to be used as a to-do list application using C Sharp. And that was a weird sentence to type, but or command, but let's see what it does. So here is an example of simple console application that can be used as a to-do list, and it starts writing code immediately. So let's see. So we have a class that's a to-do list, and then we have a list holding all the tasks. It's funny because I am currently creating a learning how to program in C Sharp for beginners. And I was going to do a to-do list tutorial, and I was going to use a list of strings to hold the tasks. So not only does it write code quick, but it does it so fairly, like it does it very nicely. Like the code is readable. I don't see any comments, so I'm gonna ask for comments and see what it does. So it's still writing. We have the functions. So let's see, we have the main, we have view tasks, so you can view the tasks. We can add a task, we can remove a task, and it pretty much gave me everything in one file. So I'm going to copy and paste this into Visual Studio and see what happens. Let's see what it says. This application uses a list of strings to store the to-do tasks, and while loop to display a menu of options to the user. So it is going to give options to the user. The user can view the current to-do list, add a new task to the list, or remove a task from the list. The user can also exit the application. Very nice. Let me go ahead and copy this and we'll run it. And so if I was new to programming, I could just simply do that. And if I can get to Visual Studio, I'm going to go ahead and delete this entire piece of code, and I'm just going to paste. Okay, there seems to be no issues with the code. I don't see any syntax errors or issues recognized by Visual Studio. So this looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and run this. And it's going, and there we go. All right, so we have options. So view to-do list, and then we, as end users, can go ahead and just type 1, 2, 3, or 4. We can add a to-do task, and we can remove one, or we could just simply exit the program. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one, and go get some pizza. Okay, and now I'm gonna view the to-do list, and you can see it shows go get some pizza, but then it shows the to-do list, and then it shows the menu. So let's go ahead and improve this here because the output's not the greatest. So let's go back to ChatGPT and say, well, first let's see if we can add comments. Can you add comments to the code? And immediately it says, sure, not a problem. So I wonder, what would be really cool if you can actually code something and then copy and paste it yourself and then just say, can you add comments to my code? That would be actually pretty cool. But okay, so it's writing the exact same code here, and I'm just gonna wait for it to write it with comments. Okay, so it's done. It's rewritten the original piece of code with a bunch of comments. You can see here a method to remove a task from the to-do list. Let me make this a little bigger. At the very end, ChatGPT says, this should make it clear what each part of the code is doing and how it fits into the overall structure of the program. So this is very, very, very nice. Let's continue. I'm going to copy and paste this and replace the old code with this new code that has comments. Okay, very well. And it looks like it's the exact same thing, just with comments. Now let's make it a little bit better. And let's say, can you separate the output of the to-do list menu and the contents of, let's do the to-do list tasks. I don't know why I can't type today. I'm doing horrible. Let's go ahead and ask that question. Certainly, here's an updated version of the code that separates the output of the menu and the to-do list tasks. So the way that I'm typing is not the best way, and it's funny, not funny, but it's pretty amazing how ChatGPT can understand the context in which I'm talking about. So I'm pretty much saying, hey, when you output the to-do list tasks, I really don't want to see them right next to the menu for the options for the end user. And so I want to see if it can make it a little bit cleaner once we view the tasks and we select what to do with the tasks. So I'm going to wait for this to finish up here. Okay, and GPT is done writing the revised code. So it says now the menu is displayed separately before getting user input, and only the task list is displayed below the menu. You can also consider adding some separators or empty lines to make it more clear and readable. It's giving me suggestions now. So let's take a look at the code. It looks really good, and I want to note that the comments are still there. So it did remember the conversation we had in the past where I really wanted comments. It even put comments in the case statement. So let's copy and paste this and let's give this a go. Okay, let's delete all of this. And let's paste the new code. Let's run it with F5 or by clicking start. And here we go. Here's our to-do list. View the to-do list. We probably don't have anything, and it actually says no tasks to display. So I do see some separations between the tasks and the menu now. Let's go ahead and add a task. Order some pizza. Okay, and I want to, let's view our tasks. And it's still a little bit, congested, but okay, well, I'll take that. It understood what I was talking about. It did do some improvements. Let's see. So to-do list, order some pizza, and then there's the to-do list. Okay, so this is pretty good. And if we really think about it, if I didn't know how to program and I really needed to get this done, I did this in less than 10 minutes, I want to say. And all I did was literally just copy and paste. I didn't do anything. I talked to ChatGPT like another human was in front of me. And I want to say we have a to-do list application, which is very, very, very cool. I can definitely see small businesses taking advantage of this and really utilizing for small tasks or automation. But let's go ahead and select remove to do task, which is number 3. I want to see how it looks, and then enter the task to remove. Oh, so this will probably be the menu, not the menu, the value of the task that we need to remove. So let's just go ahead and type pet and see what happens, and it crashes. Okay, so we have our first error. Okay, it looks like we need to improve this because we want to remove something. Oh, the task number. We need to display the task numbers. In this case, I know it's probably 1 for the first one. Okay, 0. No. Let's ask it another question. But before I do that, let's display the tasks. So view to-do list, 1, and oh, I don't have any tasks. That's odd. I thought I added one. Order pizza. I think that was earlier. So I want to order pizza, and then I want to remove the task. And then the number, let's just try 1 because I know there's only one task. And task was removed. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and improve this really quick, and let's tell GPT, when removing tasks, can you display the task numbers? Task number. There we go. And so because I want to have the end user have a reference to the tasks that they're going to go ahead and delete. Nobody can remember, maybe what order they're in. So let's wait for this to be written, and we'll do the exact same thing, copy and paste. Okay, very well. It says now the task list is displayed with task numbers before the user is prompted to enter the task number they wish to remove. And the task number is displayed along with the message task removed once it's completed. So it actually did a little bit more than I asked by displaying the message task removed with the number as well. So that's kind of cool. Let's copy and paste this one more time and run our program. Copy. And let's go ahead and delete all this. Paste. Oh, I didn't even stop the last time we were running it, but let's go ahead and click on start. To-do list, we're going to add order some pizza. Okay, and let's go ahead and remove a task, and we can see the tasks. So to-do list is shown, and then it says enter task to remove. Let's go ahead and say 1, and the task was removed. Task 1 was removed. We can go back and tell GPT to add also the value of that task, so so then it would read task 1, order some pizza, removed. And right now it needs to know if there's even any tasks. So let's do 2 things before I end this video. Let's go back and say, can you check to see if there are any tasks to remove before removing tasks. Okay, and we'll wait for that code to generate. Okay, very well. Now it will check to see if we actually even have any tasks to remove. If not, it'll say there are no tasks. So let's copy and paste this real quick. And let's run this. Very well, so let's add order pizza. Let's remove it. And then let's remove something, and it says no tasks to remove, and we have an application. Let me know, guys, if you guys like this video, hit the like button.